Hello and happy birthday to my Geminis. It is your birthday to my Geminis. Geminis, we got to figure out what we're going to do for your birthdays. Hopefully, you all are having a great week. Geminis, this video is for the 22nd/23rd through the 30th of May. So, happy birthday to my Geminis. Happy birthday. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. So, I've already prayed over everyone's cards. Let's set the tone for your reading, Geminis. Let's get into it. Like I said, this is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Remember, Pluto is retrograde at the time of this reading, so that is the judgment card, right? And so Pluto can bring out a lot of emotions for a lot of people as you all are planting some new seeds, closing out cycles. Your third eye is now open. It can be overwhelming for some people because as you're going through a very powerful transformation, a lot of people could think that you're judging them because you're closing out cycles, and you're going to have to learn how to rise above them thinking that you're judging them, so they're going to prejudge you. So, okay. So, all right. Today will be better than I expect. There we go. So think in that terms, that today will be better than I expect. So the cool thing about you all being Geminis is that you all learn your adaptability is at play here, right? So you got to know when to use your adaptability. Some things when you go into it high vibrational and you're thinking, you go into it with a positive mindset. When you're going through your metamorphosis and you're thinking positively about a situation, you're like, okay, you're already in such a good high vibrational space. It really wouldn't matter what people thought about you. It really wouldn't matter. They could be envious, jealous of you. They could be having the worst day themselves. They're not dragging you into their chaos and confusion. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting your peace. So it doesn't really matter. So let's see what your angel number is. But today will be better than you expect. Start setting intentions when you wake up. You got a lot of great things coming headed your way. A lot of people have a lot of great things coming their way. But set your intentions. Don't automatically think that people are reading your mind or that they're even thinking about you for real. So 433, angels oversee. Ask for help. You may be feeling lost as to which direction to go in life lately. Your angels acknowledge this and ask you to put your faith in them. Write down the decision you've been putting off. Then ask your angels for divine guidance about how to proceed. Draw another card while asking for insight into your next steps. So yeah, somebody's been dealing with two energies that feel like things are their way or the highway. And you may have talked to two energies that feel like something is their way or the highway. But guess what? You're structured and you're authoritative. And you don't have an issue with talking to people. But like I said, things are not their way or the highway. You don't see other people as your gods. It's not, yeah. You don't see other people as your God. I say somebody is a very loving person. Looking at your cards there. I'm trying to, let me get the pink cards here. Yeah. I see somebody is a very loving person. You operate from a heart space. This is the pink. Yeah, you are who they prayed for. You're who they prayed for. Somebody failed at stealing your identity. I feel like what I'm talking to here is maybe like a possibly a step parent for somebody. Somebody's still telling lies about you, but you don't care. This could be somebody's ex. You have the gift of deja vu. That's remembering the future. Somebody's already been there before. I feel like I'm talking about a step parent. Here we have there are signs all around you. Yeah. Adjust your crown. Yeah. Everything in moderation. Yeah. Heck no. Check your request list again. This is somebody who feels like they're trying to it's somebody who almost feels like there always has to be, it's somebody who you may have once loved that feels like something has to be their way or the highway. And if it's not some kind of competition as far as they're concerned, it's not, it's that's their way of loving people. That's what makes it just like that's what I'm saying here. Somebody's still telling lies about you, but you don't care. You're leaving something behind, like you're leaving them behind, but don't give yourselves a headache over it. That's what it is. It's like it's either this is what energy I'm picking up on for somebody. If you don't have kids and that part doesn't apply, that's why I say take what resonates with you. It could be somebody who is sharing kids with an ex who is just who just all about chaos and confusion. It could be somebody that you loved in the past that you know, you don't have a problem talking to people, but mm, somebody feel that's still in your identity because they try to create some kind of friction. So drink more water as a form of self-care. Yeah. Let go and let God. Yeah. Should you double back for them? I think you got the answer for that already. Yeah. Do a throat chakra cleanse. Yeah. Much better lies ahead for you. Yeah. You have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things clearly. So somebody's a seer. You are a seer. So your ancestors have a message. I think so. And so we're talking about somebody has a demon of lust here. So I said your laughter is medicine. So I feel like what the enemy meant for evil, Source has really turned something around for your good, actually, because of your laughter. I feel like somebody really likes your energy, and but something could have gotten mixed in translation because people have been hearing so many lies about you, and that's sad. That's really, really sad that something couldn't even get off the ground. Something couldn't even it's like because you got three numbers here. You got four, and four would be the emperor. That was like somebody felt like something was their way or the highway, and that's what closed it out. 4 and 3 is seven. Seven is the ending of something. Like Source had to bring closure to something, to somebody that you love. Like basically, Source had to bring closure to it because they feel like they have to control. Usually, very controlling people don't have control over their lives. People who try to control your life don't have control over theirs. They wouldn't. Who has time to control somebody else's life? When you think about it, that for real, who has time to control somebody else's life? So they try to control the narrative. And somehow somebody try to control a narrative and feel they're stealing your identity in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So yeah. But you are, like I said, somebody's a seer. You have the gift of clairvoyance. You see things very, very clearly. And that had to come from somebody that they talk to, somebody that they love. And it could be somebody's ex. It could be somebody, they could be wearing that same energy. They could have inherited that same energy from an ex, whether it's your ex-wife, ex-husband, ex, mom, baby's mom or baby's dad, if it's your kids, whomever. But adjust your crown. But yeah, somebody feel they're stealing your identity. And there's definitely gonna be some consequences to some stuff, but yeah, as far as you're concerned, yeah, people did what they needed to do and went right on back to worshiping like nothing ever happened. In the physical sense, they physically did something and would act like nothing ever happened. So, like it was a homecoming, and then went right on being an open book, walking on eggshells, and gave people all of these ideas about you. So, whatever anxiety you may have been having about something is coming to an end. So you may have new love coming across your path. So you have a choice to make. Are you letting them come home to you now that they're gonna somebody now is gonna start talking to you like they opening up to you because you figure something out. Something has come to the light. Remember, you tossed something into a burning bowl. Some of you all, you went outside and got some sunlight. You may be getting out the house more. People are starting to see you more. Stuff is starting to go through the air. People are starting to talk. They're getting ideas like, okay, somebody was lying about something, right? Now people are starting to talk because you being more of an open book, whatever platform you have, maybe you going to church and you starting to, share testimonies or whatever you saying, or you have some kind of a platform. Maybe you're at home or you're talking at work more, or you got a new job, but somebody could also have a new job coming your way. But you're kind of getting out in the sun a little bit more is what I'm saying is um, somebody is being a little bit more confident, right? A lot more structured. You're being more of an open book, So whatever lies people may have said about you, people are like, what the heck? You're saying something about you love somebody. Like, what is, somebody told some kind of lie about you, and went right on back to, having a good old time. Like, now somebody wants to be an open book and talk to you. They want to come to you and be an open book. And as far as you're concerned, you have a choice to make. Do you let them come home to you, or, because this is coming up soon, or do you choose a new job and a new love, right? But somebody is still telling lies about you, and so, you're closing out a cycle. So 4 and 7 is 11. So it's just like you've already gone through. They were doing that to go through some kind of an initiation process. That was their demonic initiation process they went through to tell some kind of lies about you, and had people clapping and cheering and all of this while they were sitting there walking on eggshells. And so you went through an initiation process with God as a prayer warrior. You were praying for them while somebody was away lying about you, telling lies about you in the workplace, lying. Had people walking around like they had eggshells, walking around on eggshells. So it's like they went through one door, you went through another door. They went through one spiritual door, they went through a religious door, you went through a spiritual door. So you had a spiritual awakening, you were enlightened through one door, they went through a dark door. So they made their choice, you made yours. Yep. So whatever anxiety you may have been having about it, you're in good spirits. Somebody is now praying and meditating. So, yeah. You already went down a rabbit hole. Something wasn't for you. Something wasn't for you. Yeah. Yeah. Something demonic is not for you. You don't do stuff for show. You don't like a bunch of confusion. Something is not for you. So you'll be the one initiating the conversation. Somebody felt too comfortable making you look like a fool. And that's gonna last for generations, because the fool card is Uranus, right? That's like somebody made you look like an ass. But they didn't realize that they made themselves look like one too, right? They set the fire that they set for you, they fell in it. They fell in a pit that they set for you. Yeah. They fell in a pit, so busy trying to make you look like an ass, they look like one themselves. Because that thing backfired. Because you walked right away and saved yourself. Yep. So now they got to learn how to save themselves. So yeah, the good news is that you got a lot of good news coming across your path. Yeah. You got a lot of good news coming across your path, right? So you're creating a new life for yourself. You love people deep, but never would you go back. Not even if you saw a pig fly. Because now somebody want to invite you to stuff. They want to do this and that after they done made you look like a complete ass in front of everybody. They done stepped through some doors and made you look like a complete ass. For real. You're like, oh no, you good. Over lust? No. They sleeping with somebody and somebody told them, oh, just get on stage and lie in front of everybody. Be an open book. Tell them this, tell them that. Completely made you look like a fool. So he said, no, you like light high priestess energy. And here's the thing. You're above the judgment, because here's the thing. You've already gone through enough dark night to the soul already. But when people step through a door, and you know that people want to become familiar with you, and they use a younger person to do it, to become familiar with you, to talk about the darkness that you've gone through, and they don't really know the truth. They really don't know the truth. Source is saying to you, no, you're good. You're good. So, because you already know how it works. They were just trying to make somebody that you and them feel worthless. That's all it was about. Yeah, it was all about money. That was it. So they got what they needed. They got some money. They got what they needed. So they just didn't know what they were stepping into, but you knew. Yeah, they were being manipulated. They had no idea what they were stepping into. Yeah, they just wanted to be a part of a team. So they wanted to be a part of a team that told them that they were going to be financially independent. That's what they were told, but they had no title. They had no authority. They had no authority. Somebody said, you can be a part of a team if you're just an open book and tell us everything. You can just be a part of a team. But I do see you in a leadership position. See you in a leadership position. I do see money coming across your path. I see you in a leadership position. And I do see you, like I said, stepping into this next phase of life, into a leadership position. And I do see you saving yourself from highly manipulative energies. Um, um, like I said, yeah. For somebody else, yeah, for somebody else, um, let me see what else we got here. Let me see what's the other cards I got over here. I feel like I want to put the cards over here on this side actually, because I feel like you'll be able to see them better over here. So let me kind of move the cards around a little bit. You can see them a little bit better. Okay. So yeah. Um, like I said, I feel like you're leaving somebody behind just because I feel like somebody wanted to be a part of something really, really bad. Somebody should have asked you first, whoever this is. This is family. Somebody should have asked you first. Like I said, something was for them all fun and games. Um, but you see things clearly now. That somebody really, like I said, they um, um, and again, you're not judging anybody. Yeah, like I said, you're not judging anybody. I do see, for whatever reason. Here we have check your request list again. Yeah, somebody does have new love coming across their path. Um, and somebody does have good. The good news is that you walked away from something more emotionally mature. That's the good news, that you walked away with a more emotional intelligence is what I'm seeing here. So even if because in between 4 and 7 is 5, right? So you may have walked into something. This is the 4, with 2 energies who felt like something was their way or the highway. That's the 4 with like emperor energies, right? But then we got 5. 5 would be like baited into something, right? 6 would be like like lights, camera, action, right? Um, so you may have talked to some energies, right? And again, anybody could be, anybody could get kind of sort of like baited into anything. That's anybody. That's where you're not judging anybody, really. You're not judging anybody. Um, right. But again, um, somebody's learned how to save themselves from something. And this is where somebody could teach. This is where somebody could teach somebody. This is where you could like really enlighten and teach people. This is where you can really enlighten and teach people, because somebody was really like dead set on making somebody look like a fool. Hmm. Yeah. Somebody would really want somebody to look like they were just lustful. Like, yeah. Well, I was dead set on looking and this was somebody's, looks like they were saving somebody from something. Because that's what a knight is, but it was inverted. It was definitely inverted. So it looks like somebody had said something emotionally immature to somebody. Or somebody said something emotionally immature to somebody, um, or about somebody. And that may have been the thing that caused somebody to say, But anyway, much better lies ahead. Much better lies ahead. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, much better lies ahead. Much better lies ahead. So yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you feel very fortunate to be on top of things, like really be on top of things when it comes to the future, like in terms of like future friendships, um, and just how people can turn people against each other. Yeah, here we have the Temperance card. I thought I saw that come out twice. Yeah, like somebody feels very fortunate. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles here to be a part of something where something that's closed out. Something is now closed out. Yeah, here's a Hierophant card. Yeah, yeah, Tower card. Like somebody is now finally seeing that something is over. Something is over. Something has been brought to light. Something has been brought to light. Somebody's now seeing, that something is over. That somebody was like something was going through, somebody was going through what's it called? A Saturn return. I was going through a Saturn return. Um, and they could have brought out somebody's demons. Could have brought out someone's demons, because it looked like, like I said before, what the enemy meant for evil, Source turned it around for someone else's good. So something started out with like somebody getting up and telling a story about somebody, because this is what it looks like, okay, in the physical realm, because that's what solar plexus is. Solar plexus is in the physical. It's in one of the lower chakras. So in the physical realm, somebody walked through a door. 4 and 7 is 11. So somebody's okay through an initiation process. Somebody walked in to something and shared something about someone's demons, but it was a lie. And they were an open book, and they were on eggshells and gave people a whole lot of ideas, but it was a lie. Um, And it ended up making somebody feel worthless. But it was all because some energies felt like somebody felt like they needed to bring out someone's darkness to someone else's light, like it was a competition, like somebody needed saving, from somebody. But how is it a competition when the person don't even know they're in the middle of a competition? They don't even know they're in the middle of a competition, right? Don't even know they're in the middle of a competition, right? So anyway, 9 of Wands, until they start having nightmares. That's what light high priestess energy is. People are having nightmares. Like, what the heck is nightmares happening for? Yeah, but it's because somebody was a master manipulator. Somebody was a master manipulator playing games as usual. So here's a 9 of Wands here. So somebody is pretty resilient. And going through nightmares. Here we have the Knight of Swords here. Yeah. Do some kind of a destiny swap. That's what this is, a destiny swap, because somebody was definitely trying to loop someone into them not coming back, them not coming back around. Yeah, somebody had already just written someone off as like they're not coming back. Let's just close the curtain. That's the end of that. Let's just go ahead and swap this destiny out. This energy is a demon. This is a devil, which is sad. This is actually something else. So somebody had already pulled out the sword and was like, let's just cut ties with this person, cut them off from this, So. And people were just celebrating with music. I mean, what? So this is somebody still telling lies about you. I don't know I don't even know what to say. I mean, for real. I'm just reading the cards, child. I don't even know what to say. Somebody had already made a decision just to judge you, demonize you. I'm seeing the devil card come out twice, like demonize you and somebody else. But anyway, today will be better than you expect. This looks like a committee of people who just decided, hey, through music, we need to decide, we need to eliminate people. But here's the thing too, right? So during these Saturn returns where people are making a decision and anyway, so exactly as you are. The one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. Give yourself permission to feel content right here and right now. Yeah. When you're dealing with familiar spirits, they don't really know what is it fulfillment. You don't need anyone's approval to pursue and fulfill your purpose. Embrace your unique journey and trust that it's leading you where you need to go. Yeah. Yeah. Perseverance. You have the power within yourself to conquer any challenge and come out stronger on the other side. Trust in your resilience and your ability to persevere. So yeah. So yeah, when you're dealing with familiar spirits, I'm just looking at your reading and just thinking to myself, just my. Mm, mm, mm. So yeah, you've learned how. So you've learned how to save yourself. Yeah, you definitely learn how to save yourself. Yeah, you're following your heart path. It's not worth pursuing a path without passion. This road will only lead to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. So I'm not sure what these people are. I mean, yeah. So somebody felt like it was their duty and their responsibility to determine that they know what's best for you, or kick you out of something, or to make you feel worthless, to align themselves with some people to make you feel worthless. Wow. Very interesting. But much better lies ahead for you. So as an air sign, as a highly adaptable air sign, looking at your cards here, and as a light high priestess energy. What was this first card that came out here for you? Yeah, you are who they prayed for. I feel like you're an inspiration to a lot of people. Geminis, looking at your cards, I feel like you are an inspiration to a lot of people. Because I feel like somebody went down this path, whoever this energy is. I feel like some people went down this path, um, demonizing possibly you and someone else's star, and to some degree, like your future, your friendships, your whatever it is, right? But then realize that, hmm, yeah, because I'm looking at the devil card here. Yeah. Yeah, this is somebody's family. What this looks like, Gemini, looking at the cards here. So either you all are, because it's like you have seen this before. You and somebody have seen this before. Okay, let me see how I can word this. And I hope this microphone is acting the way it's supposed to act. Okay. So it looks like, okay, let me see how I can word this so this doesn't sound too wordy. So for somebody, this looks like you and somebody have walked this road before. Like you and somebody are familiar with this same path that two other people are walking, right? So it would be like, okay, you and somebody are already in your purpose. So it would be like you and a spouse, or you and a partner, or y'all are already in your purpose, right? Like almost being mentors to somebody else, and somebody else walking in their purpose, whether it's a parent and a child, adult child, or whether it's a husband and a wife, or whoever walking in their purpose. Two people walking in their purpose. You remember your card is like the twins, right? So it's two people. It could be two people, right, walking in their purpose, and how they're demonized by their own family before they can even get to their purpose. That's what I'm picking up for you all, Geminis. Like you all have walked this journey, so y'all have already seen this before, and then you all are just like, man, like this is like deja vu. This is what I'm saying, the gift of clairvoyance, the seer. Like you have seen this before, right? And so so I'm looking at your cards here, and I'm just saying, like, should you double back for some energies? You're just letting go and letting God, because it's like these four fire energies. It's four fire energies. They could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, somewhere in their sun, moon, or rising. For you, you're just like, these energies are responsible for all of this chaos and confusion. These four energies are responsible for this. Like, what the heck? They responsible for all this stuff going, demonizing these energies all around the world. Their own family, causing people to feel worthless, teaming up on energies, getting money for all of this, growing their money, planting these seeds, and people looking for help. These four family members are responsible for all of this demonic energy. That's what somebody is like looking at. Like, it's literally like somebody, you know, I feel like that's what has you all so flabbergasted. Like, for real, if I got to use a word, I feel like that's what has you all is just like, well, so when you say today will be better than you expect, for you all, it's just you talking about this right here, 433. Angels oversee you asking for help. It's like when you say you're operating in a spirit of love, trying to ask for structure and talking to people. It's almost like this is what I'm seeing. Like you're just saying, basically as a mentor to energies. Like we've seen this before, and angels will watch over people. Like we've seen this kind of stuff before. Y'all, you and somebody are on your right path. You just need to get structured and authoritative. This is what happens in families. And so they're going to keep on telling lies about you, but don't care about this. Don't care about this. Like you have the gift of sight. Like this don't make no sense. That kind of stuff. Like they try to make you feel worthless. They'll leave you out of stuff. They'll team up on you. Just be conservative with your time. Don't give yourself headaches over. Like the more I'm looking at your reading, I'm like you and somebody, like as far as music is concerned, they'll go right on back to this. That's the more and more I see this. It's like you and somebody are mentors to somebody, two people. Y'all are mentors to somebody because y'all are familiar with this. Y'all are familiar with this. So that's what I'm seeing for you all, Geminis, and that's what's making you all kind of sort of adapt, like go along with the flow, like this don't make no kind of sense. Crazy. All it takes is a couple of change. People just do strange things with your family members, strange for change, and then wonder why people don't talk to people. That will stand on stage and be lying in a testimony, lying through their teeth in a testimony. Child, and my dog died, and I'm having heart problems. They just got finished running a 10-mile marathon. Child had no heart problems, nowhere, no how. Will stand on stage and lie. Child, telling all kinds of stuff. Anyway, that is what I have for you. But somebody, like I said before, whatever it is, somebody has love in it because you learn how to save it. You still learn how to save yourself. But somebody could have love coming across their path if that's you. Have love come. But I feel like somebody is mentoring somebody when it comes to like basically like don't sweat the small. Don't even sweat it. That's what I feel like somebody does. You have, like I said, love coming across your path, wherever. But um, like I said, gift of deja vu. But I feel like somebody is definitely enforcing boundaries. But there's signs all around you. I feel like somebody is enforcing boundaries. And I definitely feel like somebody's in a leadership position. Even on your job, I feel like that's your servant leader. Even on your job, I feel like somebody's a mentor. Just across the board, somebody's a mentor. It's just like, these people, they're being controlled by the devil. For real. You're gonna have to learn how to enforce boundaries. You're gonna have to learn how to enforce boundaries. Like they pride themselves off of making somebody look like an ass. I mean, for real. Because people made them look like one, so they like all of that. They will make somebody look like one and going right back and clapping and cheering. They love all of that because misery loves company. So that's what I'm seeing in your cards here. Yeah, they go right on back to playing music. Somebody did it to them. They like sweat on. So they can't wait for the next victim. Yeah, they can't wait for the next victim, child. But and we'll stand there and be like, well, yeah, I mean, and then and be the one up in stories, and don't act like you don't have a testimony to share, child. And then you too good, you on a high horse, because I mean, they want to hear the worst of the worst. Somebody chopped somebody's arm and leg off and left them just stranded in the desert. The worst of story, child, and it don't even have to be true. But anyway, that's what I have for you. Like I said, you're going to be following your path, and like I said, today will be better than expected. But yeah, don't give yourselves a headache over it. Like I said, should you double back for people, I feel like much better lies ahead. You're going to just have to decide, I mean, how much energy you're putting into something, because I do see somebody has a leadership position, and I'm not going to keep, saying the same thing over and over and over again, but whatever anxiety you may have been having about something, somebody being an open book about something, walking through some doors, telling lies or whatever about you, some energies that was telling, two energies telling lies about you, they're saying that they love you and you was going through this and that. They did it for money. They did it for money. So they were looking for the coin. That was it. But it ended up making somebody feel worthless. And that's the part for you, as far as you're concerned, deuces. That's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye.